Hey there, Min here. So today I'm trying to do something different. I am trying to record a little bit differently, and of course I'm trying to share with you some experience on my computer. So let's give this a try. So the problem today is, as you can see from the title thumbnail, is I have this light that's Zigbee enabled light bulb that I typically use Smartthings app, and I can change colors or turn on and off like so. But enable for me to do all that, I gotta go into my phone and work on all those things. Open up the apps and turn it on and adjust it. I just want it to be almost like a knob here, right? Turn it on and off. And I want to change the colors because occasionally I want it to be bright white light or warm light or something. So how can I do that? Well, I was thinking about this. I'm thinking, if the app can get to it pretty easily, why can I not program one of my keyboard programmable keys to do so as well, like this? See that? And it's back on again. Or if I can do that, why can I not change it to the different colors I want? For example, like this to bright white, or like this to warm, or even do things like color cycles, so I can cycle through different colors, like so. Or I can even change the brightness of it. Maybe this is a better example to change it back to this, and you can see the brightness level change. And change it back to a blue light that I like. So I thought that would be great if I could do that. And I did all this with AI. So let's get started. So in order for us to accomplish what we want to do, which is to control our Zigbee light bulb with our keyboard, there are three major components. First one is, of course, our home automation system, which is Smartthings. Samsung Smartthings runs on the Samsung Hub, where the Zigbee connects to the Hub. And the Hub then connects it to the internet, where Samsung themselves host a lot of the control and the API back in for the Hub. So that is one key component. So in order for us to access that information, we need two things from Samsung Smartthings. One is the API token, which stands for Application Programmable Interface Token. That allows us to access the information we need and provides a minor layer of security. Second is we need to actually know the device ID for this light bulb from Samsung. So then we can address what we want to do with our commands, such as turning on, off, changing colors, changing brightness, and so on. So once we get that, the next thing we need to get is we need to get something for us to take advantage of our computer and our standard keyboard and being able to trigger calls to the API, to the Samsung API. We can write some maybe Python scripts to do so, but there's something already made for us that's very, very simple. It's called AutoHotKey. AutoHotKey is a software that's available for Windows 11 or Windows 10, Windows 11, and allows you to use a script-like programming language to trigger events or features or functions, such as making an API call to Samsung Smartthings. So we'll take advantage of that. And the third thing we need is we need someone to write the script for us, because I am not a person that's very savvy in script writing, even though I do understand programming logic, but that is not something I do every day. So I want something to write that script for me, and I know what I want. I just want to tell it to write it for me. It's almost like the holodeck from Star Trek, where you can just simply tell the computer and it says, develop something for me.
Computer, in the Holmesian style, create a mystery to confound data with an opponent who has the ability to defeat him.
Define parameters of program.
Create an adversary capable of defeating data.
So let's go through each step and I'll show you how to build this from scratch. Alright, first let's go to my computer and get the API token and also the device ID. Alright, so let's go into our computer, and first thing we need to do is we need to go into our Samsung Smartthings and get the API key. To do that, we need to go to this particular website, which is accountsmartthings.com/tokens. I'll put all the detailed instructions to a link below, which I'll document everything that we do in this video. Once you do so, simply log in, and let me do that. It's really important to have your two-factor authentication turned on for everything that you're working on. Alright, so what we want to do is simply go over here and generate a new token. We create a token name, which we'll call it test2 token. And we go over and select what we want to authorize. This basically gives us permission for this token key to access certain things we want to do. So for our purposes, we will simply want to access the device and list all device, see all device, manage, control the device. In fact, we probably just need the two manage and control device, but I'll just go ahead and select all device and generate token. With that token generated, we can simply go into the generated token and copy this key and save this key. So copy it and save it somewhere. Now, once that is done, the next step we want to do is go and find our device ID, which is this particular light bulb. So let me go to my.smartthings.com, and once you log into there, you want to go to the three vertical dots, and go to advanced users. Advanced users will let you go into a lot more details, and we can go into devices and we can start and look for what we named this bulb before. And I remember naming it something with bulb. Okay, so there it is, office desk lamp bulb. So we need to simply copy that and save that information as well. So I have saved the keys onto a notepad on the side, and we will use that later on in our process. Alright, so the next step is we need to talk about AutoHotKeys. AutoHotKeys is our primary ways of creating hotkey combinations, basically key combinations on our keyboard, which will trigger a script which launches an API call for making changes to our light bulb. So to do that, we need to go to AutoHotKeys.com. And once you go there, there's a lot of information, documentations, and so on about this automation scripting and language. And we'll simply click on download and which version you want to download version 2. There's a lot more better features for it and so on. Go through the installation process and get it installed. Once it's installed, you simply can go to AutoHotKey dashboard and it will launch up something like this. So once you have the dash open, only thing you need to do is simply click on new script. And we want to create a new script, and new script should be called, for our case, bulb control. And it's minimal for v2 and create. You should have a file now is created called bulb control AHK. And of course, right now, if we take a look at that script and we will open it using Notepad++, and that script is completely blank. Okay, so let's go to our final phase. So now we got the API token, the device ID, and also got AutoHotKey installed. Let's go and ask the AI how to write the AutoHotKey script so we can tie all these things together. Alright, so let's talk about the different options of AI that I can use to help us write the script for AutoHotKey. Now, I can use the very popular ChatGPT 4.0, which just came out recently and had a big splash in the media. Or I can use something called Claude 3.5 Sonnet. And I've tried actually both of them, and the first attempt of doing this was using ChatGPT 4.0, and it ran into some problems, so I decided to give this new thing called Cloud 3.5 Sonnet a try, and I was quite impressed with it. So in this example, I will be using Cloud 3.5, and yeah, let's go check it out. Let's go to Claude AI, and I will step you through the entire process. And let's start with just a new prompt. So the prompt I will give it is that, is there a way to control color brightness to my Zigbee light bulb that is controlled connected to a Samsung Smartthings? And I want to use AutoHotKey version 2 with Windows 11 to control my Zigbee light bulb on Smartthings. I want to hit different hotkey combinations for each of the following: turn on lights, turn on and off lights, cycle through brightness, cycle through colors, a special combo for a warm white color and a bright white color, and I want a special combo for teal color. And I give it all that information here. So let's put it in and see what we got. So quickly, I get a Smartthings AHK, basically I get a AutoHotKey script with all that information. Cool. So the only thing I need right there is the application, the API token, and also the device ID. So let's try it out. Let's copy this code and see if that will work. All right, so what I'll use is I'll copy the code over to Notepad++, and I'll paste it in there, and I'll save it as a new script. Let's see here. I think it's already AutoHotKey. AutoHotKey. Yeah, so the AutoHotKey should be, so this one would be, let's go name it bulb control AHK AutoHotKey. Okay, so if I go to that location, I should see my script there. Let's see here. There it is. AutoHotKey. Okay, so bulb control right there. Okay. All right, so once I get it installed, the only thing I need to do is go to that there's different AutoHotKey scripts I'm already running, and the dislike control is the one that was working that you can see here. That was the one that I can turn on and off right now already. So I'm gonna just go ahead and click on this one, and it should override. Oh, there is an error. So one thing about using AI to program is that since I'm not doing actually programming code and I don't know the language itself, often there will be a lot of times that they'll have to give you code that doesn't work. It'll give you error messages. But if you loop it back and give the error message back to the AI, they'll correct it and the next revision may work. So let's try that. So the only thing you need to do is really just to copy this error message here and then paste it into your conversation with Cloud AI. And it'll tell me what the problem is. And they'll give me an updated code. So we can simply go in and copy the updated code, go back over to this, delete. Oh, no, they only gave me it, so complete updated script code. There you go. Okay, so also we can also tell it our API token and also the desk lamp device ID. So please use the following API token and device ID. Okay, so now it should be a functionally code, because it already included the device ID and also the API token. So let's copy this and paste it into our node. notepad here and select all, delete, paste it in. Okay, let's do this. Should be good. All right, and then we should be able to go over here and click on that to run it. And there's more errors. Okay, let's copy that error over. And apologizes for an oversight. So, doesn't, I guess Hotkey version 2 doesn't use curly brackets for object lateral, so, okay. And let's copy it again, and let's go over to select all, delete it, put it back in, save it, and let's go and run it again. And there's more errors. So it apologized some more and tell it it doesn't use JSON, built-in JSON, it doesn't have built-in JSON support. So it's modifying the code again. So it goes through some of the iterations of this. Last time I did this, maybe 5 or 6 different iterations, but it's still faster than writing code yourself if you don't know how to write code. So Ctrl, delete it, paste it, and let's save it, and let's run it again. Okay, so this time it's actually saying there is already an instance of the script running, so do you want to replace it with this instance? Yes, we do want to run it with this instance. So the question is, Ctrl+Alt+L should toggle the lights on and off. Ctrl+Alt+L. Oh, error toggling lights. This value object has no property named length. Wow. Okay, so there's more error problems. So obviously we're running the new code because the previous script works, and this one when I do Ctrl+Alt+L before programming into my keys is not working, so it's not even turning on and off. So let's go ahead and do this. Go. What we can also do is we can ask the AI to put error debugging code inside, so we can actually see more of what's going on as well. Can we do it? See if we can simplify it. Okay, so now that we added decoding code and we also take away some JSON requirements and so on, to see if we can do this a little bit easier. Okay, so let's copy this code again and do this. There may be an easier way to do this than me copy, pasting, and rinse and repeat, but yeah, if you know a better way, let me know, but this is the way I'm doing it. And run it, repeat, run. Okay, so we can do Ctrl+Alt+L. Come on. It says light toggled, but it's not turning on and off. So let's take a look to see what we got. Alright, so we copy and paste this code that's in the error message log into it. And this should help it understand what is going on, what's the mistake. So the first thing it is you figure out what it is that the API is needed for the API communications, and I think we're still having some issues picking out the right command for turning on and off the light. So let's try this again. One thing I noticed is that it's kind of frustrating because I'm doing the exact same thing that I did before already, but there's no history between my last effort and this one. This one's brand spanking new and it starts from scratch. So that's something about AI that's pretty interesting. I guess it's good too, because if I was going down the wrong path on it last time, this is a fresh new perspective and going through the process. But that's something you have to understand when you're programming with AI. Okay, so that's good there. Let's do this, take out the debug again. So let's do that. And yes, we want to do that. Okay, so Ctrl+Alt+L. Oh, a bunch of error messages comes up. Okay. So you just give it back, and it figured out that, oh, it doesn't support toggle. I could have told it that. And yeah, probably should have told it that before, but we want to go through the process. So it says, oh, okay, I can't use toggle. So now I'm just gonna set it on and off and try it again. Okay, so let's do this again. And we'll do this here in copy. And save it, and we'll run it again. Bulb control, yes, and Ctrl+Alt+L. Nothing. Ctrl+Alt+L. Oh, check that out. It worked. See? Ctrl+L. There you go. It's working. Only took about 4 iterations till we figure out what the problem is. Let's see if the other ones work. The other hotkeys was, I think, yeah, so we can set it to white, the Ctrl+Alt+W. Boom, warm white. There you go. Ctrl+Alt+B for bright. Bright white, great. Let's see, we can go through and cycle through the colors by Ctrl+Alt+C. Yellow is not yellow. So there's something wrong with the colors, so we can change that. And let's see if we can cycle through the brightness. Let's go back to white. And let's see, cycle through the brightness levels. Ctrl+Alt+S. Oh, look at that. This is great. I like this one even better. Yeah, it's like 20%, 40%, 60%, 80% brightness. Great. So the only problem with it is right now is the red, green, blue, yellow, purple. That isn't working. So let's do this. Let's tell it that. So I have what I needed to do is and also we didn't try Ctrl+Alt+U. And that's one that should work, right? Oh, we didn't do that. Okay, we didn't do that one. So that's the. All right. Okay, so it updated the code again. So replace the color name with arrays of objects containing. Okay, so let's take a look at the code and see. Okay. Yeah, so let's try that again. So they replaced it with hue and saturation levels. So when it's actually setting the colors, cycling colors, Yeah, so it's actually sending in the hue and saturation level, so that should be good. Let's try it again. Bulb control, Alt, delete. All right, there you go. Okay, save it. Okay, let's run this again. Already, yes, replace it. All right, do our test again. Ctrl+Alt+L. Oh. Can we do this? Yes. Ctrl+Alt+L. Do we break some? Oh, there it is. Okay, Ctrl+L. Okay. Okay, so we already have warm, so let's do Ctrl+Alt+E. Right, yes, we have that. Okay, so let's do S for levels. Yes, okay, great. And do color. Oh, look at that! Woohoo! All the different colors. It works. Perfect. The next step you have to do is simply program it to whatever keyboard hotkeys you have, and now you can do things like this. Turn it off, turn it on. So it's that simple. We spend probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes going through this conversation with Cloud AI, and we were able to write this AutoHotKey script, which allows us to send API commands to Smartthings and control our home automation. It's that simple. So I hope this video is helpful to you. I'm having a little struggle trying to visualize what it looks like, especially filming and also thinking about pieces and editing bits together. But once I edit it together, I'll try to shrink it as much as I can, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more things like this, please let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, also let me know in the comments. I will put a copy of this script so you can use it yourself in a link in the comments below. All right, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye.